Hello everyone, my name is Hüseyin. SERVİ. I am working on İstanbul Yeni Yüzyıl Üniversitesi, Faculty of Pharmacy, Department of Farmakognozi. Today I'm going to present Antioxidant, Antidiabetic, Anti-inflammatory activities and total Phenolic contents of Endemic Gypsophila tuberculosa extract. My presentation consists of introduction, materials and methods, results, discussion and conclusion parts. The Gypsophila is the third largest genus of the Gypsophilaceae family. The genus represents 55 species, and 33 species are endemic in Turkey. This number is equal to 50% of the total number of species. Gypsophila species are known as çoğen, helva kökü, and sabunotu in different areas of Turkey. Gypsophila species are annual, biennial, perennial herbaceous plants. Flowers of Gypsophila are small and numerous. Stem and leaves are glabrous and glandular. They have 5 petals whose colors change from the white to pink. Gypsophila tuberculosa is perennial herb. The plant grows on steppe and dry river banks of the Iran-Turan region. In figure 1 you can see the distribution of the Gypsophila tuberculosa in Turkey. Gypsophila species are used for the food industry to make halva, ice cream, delight, and some local food. In addition, they use for soap making, manufacture for liqueurs, cough, and respiratory system disorders as traditional medicine. Previous studies indicate that Gypsophila species have antiprobiotic, antibacterial, antifungal, and antivirus activities. In materials and methods part, Gypsophila tuberculosa was collected in Malatya Dağları'nda, Turkey in July 2015 at 1,480 meters altitude. The aerial parts of the endemic Gypsophila tuberculosa were dried at the appropriate condition in the laboratory. The dried plant samples were pulverized in the grinding mill. The dried powder of aerial parts of Gypsophila tuberculosa were macerated with hexane, ethyl acetate, methanol, respectively. The extracts were evaporated under vacuum to dry give crude extracts. Extraction of plant materials. In figure 2, the aerial parts of the air-dried Gypsophila tuberculosa were prepared. In figure 3, drying after maceration with hexane, ethyl acetate, and methanol solvents. In figure 4, evaporation of solvents from extract by using rotary evaporator. TPPH radical scavenging activity. The free radical scavenging activity of the extract based on the scavenging activity of TPPH free radical was determined by a method described as Dalı et al. Ascorbic acid was used as a standard. In short, 10 microliter of extract or ascorbic acid dissolved in dimethyl sulfoxide at different concentration. In a 96 well plate, the extract and standard were mixed with 190 microliter of 0.1 millimolar DPPH solution in methanol. The reaction mixture was left in the dark at the room temperature for 30 minutes. The absorbance of the mixture was measured by spectrophotometrically at 570 nanometers. Each experiment was performed in triplicate. The percent radical scavenging activity of extract and standard against DPPH was calculated according to the following equation. A0 is absorbance of the control, A1 is absorbance of the extract and standard. Antidiabetic activity. The inhibition assay for alpha-glucosase activity was conducted as described by Ramakrishna et al. With slight modification described by Sen et al. Acorbide was used as a standard. In a 96 well plate, 10 microliter of extract or acorbose, 30 microliter of 0.1 molar sodium phosphate buffer, and 100 microliter of alpha-glucosate solution were mixed. After pre-incubation, PNPG to the solution was added and re-incubated at 25 centigrade degrees for 5 minutes. The absorbance reading was taken before and after incubation at 405 nanometer using microplate reader. Tests were performed in triplicate. The percentage inhibitory activity of extract and standard against alpha-glucosate enzyme were calculated according to the following equation. A0 is the absorbance of the control. A1 is the absorbance of the extracts and standard. Anti-inflammatory activity. 5-lipogenase inhibition activity was analyzed with slight modification described Yıldırım et al. Indomethacin was used as a standard. 10 microliters of extract and indomethacin were added to ethanol for water, sodium borate buffer solution, and type 5 soybean lipogenase solution into buffer. The reaction mixture was pre-incubated at 25 centigrade degree for 5 minutes. The linoleic acid solution was added to the solution. Mixed well and the change in absorbance at 234 nanometer was followed by 6 minutes. Each reaction was run in the triplicate. The percent inhibition calculated from the following equations. Determination of total phenolic content. The total phenolic contents of extract were measured by polycalcium region. The assay was adapted to the 96-well microplate format. 10 microliters of extract in various concentrations were mixed with 20 microliters polycalcium region, 200 microliters of water, 100 microliters of 50% sodium carbonate, and the absorbance was measured at 765 nanometers after 2-hour incubation at room temperature. Gallic acid was used as a standard. Materials and methods for statistical analysis. The data were given as mean standard deviation and analyzed by one-way analysis of variance, followed by two-case multiple compression tests using GraphPath Prism 5. In result part, GTH, GTEA, and GTM is abbreviation of the N-hexane ethyl acetate and methanol extracts of Gypsophila tuberculosa respectively. The ethyl acetate and methanol extract display good antioxidant activity. The IC50 value of methanol and ethyl acetate extracts were 0.234 and 0.248 respectively. The hexane extract displayed weak antioxidant activities. When we check the total phenolic content of extracts, the ethyl acetate extract has higher total phenolic content, followed by methanol and hexane extracts. In antidiabetic activity, all extracts display weak antidiabetic activities. The highest IC50 value the ethyl acetate has it. All extracts display strong anti-inflammatory activities. The highest IC50 value of ethyl acetate extracts was 0.124, followed by methanol extracts and hexane extracts. In discussion part, there is only one report of antioxidant, antidiabetic activities, and total phenolic contents of Gypsophila tuberculosa extracts in the literature. The methanol and water extracts were obtained from the aerial parts of Gypsophila tuberculosa in the previous studies. Both extracts displayed good antidiabetic activities. The methanol extract had IC50 value 110 and the water extract had IC50 value 125. The antioxidant activity of methanol and water extract was evaluated by DPPH, ABTC, radical scavenging, capric, reducing antioxidant activity, and ferric reducing chelating assay. The IC50 values of methanol and water extract of the previous study were 337 and 556 microgram per milliliter for DPPH assay respectively. Both extracts showed moderate antioxidant activity. The total phenolic contents of methanol and water extract of previous study were 143 and 108 gallic acid per gram of extract respectively. Also, in this study, phenolic compounds of the extract were identified by reverse path HPLC in the previous study. The methanol extract had 2 and 4 dihydroxybenzoic acid as the main compound, followed by rutin and catechin. The water extract had rutin, shringic acid, and paracommoric acid. In the current study, the antioxidant and antidiabetic activity result of the extract show quantitative differences of the IC50 value with the previous study. The quantitative differences of the IC50 values may be connected to the extraction method, blend age, and the main compounds of the extracts. In conclusion, while this study is the first part of the anti-inflammatory activity of Gypsophila tuberculosa extract, also there is no study on the antidiabetic, antioxidant activities and total phenolic content of hexane and ethyl acetate extract of aerial part of Gypsophila tuberculosa in the literature. The extract shows strong anti-inflammatory activity against 5 lipogenous enzymes. The ethyl acetate and methanol extract show good antioxidant activity. The hexane extract exhibited weak antioxidant activity. The extract displays weak antidiabetic activities, and further studies are needed to identify the developed active ingredients of the extracts. This is my reference point. Thank you for your attention.